everyone, and welcome. Certainly appreciate you being here this evening. Thank you as we join here this evening to celebrate our students and their academic achievements. This is a ceremony that we hold a couple of times each year. We really look forward to meetings with our parents, our grandparents, and celebrating our students. Such success for our students isn't possible without the students' hard work and their dedication to school, as well as a commitment, the parents, the grandparents, as well as teachers and others who have an interest in their students' educational pursuits. So we appreciate so much what you do and for being here this evening as we recognize our students. This evening we'll start out by introducing our Math Field Day winners, and then we'll follow by that. We'll introduce our Martin Luther King State Poster Contest winners. At least I know we have one here joining us this evening, as well as our spelling bee winners for this past year. But before we get into the actual ceremony itself, I'd like to take just a few minutes to introduce our board members, as well as some of our central office staff who's joining us this evening. I'll begin with the board. To my left, we have Mr. Fred Curry, and we have our board president with us this evening, Mr. Steve Priestley. And the young man beside him is Mr. Rowdy Baker, and the young lady beside Rowdy is Carol Smith. So we appreciate you all being here. Larry Wilkerson can't join us this evening. He recently had knee surgery, and he's rehabbing, but he sends his best and congratulates you on your success. Also with us this evening, our central office staff is my secretary, Brenda Powell. Brenda organized our activity this evening. I won't say this will be your last student celebration, but Brenda, if you don't know, Brenda's retiring. Hopefully she'll be back to help us celebrate many more occasions. I know Brendan wants to come and do it. Yeah. We've already talked it up. He's our taste tester. Sitting beside of Brenda will be my new secretary starting on Thursday, Susie McCann. Susie, welcome. We'll see you at many celebrations and board meetings in the future. Beside Susie is my assistant, Bill Linville, and Brenda's grandson, Brendan, back here. Standing in the back is our federal programs director, Mr. Kirk King. Kirk, appreciate you being here. And standing by the door is Tina Black, secretary, works up front. She also helps Brenda as we get prepared for our ceremonies that we hold. So we do have a nice little gift here this evening that we're going to give each student. It's a bag with a furnace, Lincoln County Schools. It's not a car or anything. So a token of our appreciation. I also want to, I don't want to forget this, is to thank Sean Donahue of the Lincoln Journal. Sean, thank you so much for being here this evening. As you've heard me say many times, you are certainly a true friend and supporter of our school system.
Thank you, sir.
Greatly appreciated. So thank you for being here. Okay, without further ado, I will step aside and I will turn it over to Mr. Kirk King. He's going to step forward and we'll recognize our Math Field Day winners. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Midkiff. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to introduce the mathletes that represent Lincoln County this school year. And if you'll listen real carefully, in the background, you'll hear some athletes. The bats hanging away. They're practicing their skill. And that's what mathletes do during the school year. They come to school in August and they start working on their math skills. And they hone those skills. And then later on in the fall, they become part of a team, a Math Field Day team. And then in January, several students come here to the county to take the Math Field Day exam. And based on their scores here, they go on to regionals, participate in regionals, and even possibly further on into states. So our mathletes are very important to us. And you will see, we don't have everyone here this evening, but it's uncanny to watch because the names kind of, once they start, they kind of remain the same. They may switch around a little bit. Somebody might get first or second or third. But those mathletes, they continue to hone those skills. So those of you that have that skill, I encourage you to continue to work on that and work on all of your academics. But math is so very important. Enough said about that. Let's recognize our mathletes. 4th grade, first place from Midway Elementary, Iris Gregoridge. Hi, come on up, Iris. She's like, oh, that's so competitive.
I want you to stay up here, but I'm going to take your picture if you Okay.
I don't know that these students are here. I knew Iris was here because I wanted to make sure I said her name correctly. But when I do call your name, if you're here, please come forward. From West Hamlin, Logan Glenn, 5th grade. From 6th grade, Duval, Pre-K 8, Somi Sloniker. 7th grade, Hearts, Pre-K 8, Landon Bryant. 8th grade, Duval, Pre-K 8, Brody Pinson. I'm going to stop just a second before we do our high school folks, and if you listened, you heard a difference. Different schools being mentioned. That is really a wonderful thing that happens. And I did mention this, and I should have mentioned it. I'm sorry, board members and audience. Our scores over the last 3 years continue to increase, and the scores get closer and closer and closer. So that says we're doing some really good things in Lincoln County. And at our regional level, I can share that the highest score that was given at the regional was 85, and we had several of our students in the 50, 55. So from 1st to 15th, it was really close. It seems like it's a lot of points, but that's only 3 or 4 questions. So when you think in those terms, we're doing some good things. Are we where we want to be? Not yet. But with these mathletes, we'll get there. Let's recognize our high school students. 9th grade, first place from Lincoln County High School, Garrett Caldwell. And I don't see the next young man, but his name's worth mentioning. From representing Lincoln County High School, first place, 10th through 12th grade, Gabriel Burgess.
So he's a tall man, isn't he?
All right, big smiles. 3, 2, 1.
Thank you. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. Again in the future.
Okay, I'm going to ask Mr. Paul Elliott, art teacher at Lincoln County High School, to step forward. He's going to talk about the Martin Luther King poster contest and introduce our winners. So thank you.
I'd like to thank you all for coming. Appreciate y'all doing this every year. Some of y'all may not know what the Martin Luther King poster contest is. It's open to all West Virginia students, K through 12. I think this is like the 30th some year that they've done it every 30 years, I know. But it's open to kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. And what we typically do, they have a different theme each year for this contest. And actually, I started doing this back in 2002 when I was actually in another school system. And then when I came to Lincoln County, I've been here, I think, since 2007. But we've had winners, I think, every year except for 1 year, somebody in Lincoln County has won. So I've kind of learned over the years how to teach some of the skills where they can be successful in this. But we'll usually start a little bit early. I'll have them kind of learn some techniques on the computer with Photoshop, and then they use those images to kind of create either drawing or painting, which takes a few weeks. But we've got some really good things this year. That we actually had a first place winner, which was Lexi Sharp. She did a nice painting, and also Jimmy Farley, if you would come up. He won 3rd place this year. And we also had Eli Brogan, who couldn't be here. He also tied for 3rd place. It was a real nice event that we had. This year they had it at West Virginia State College. They usually have it at the Capitol. But they switched it up. It's usually during February, during Black History Month. But they started also included a diversity celebration during the month of February. And Jimmy and the other students' work was displayed at the Cultural Center at the Capitol. It was on display the whole month of February. But I like this event because they have a real nice reception with a bunch of food and stuff. But a lot of the students we have, they've never really been out of their little holler maybe, or to any college even, a lot of them. And so they get to see kind of what college life is like, and they also have a lot of inspirational speakers. That the new president of West Virginia State was there, Anthony Jenkins, and he talked about some of the hardships he went through growing up in D.C. But a lot of times I've noticed the students never really have a chance to hear, these type of speakers. So it kind of broadens their horizon, a little bit. But we also had another winner, which was, she's a foreign exchange student from Thailand. She entered her work in the Congressional Art Competition, and she was chosen to be in that up at the Capitol also, but she couldn't be here tonight. Just again, like to thank everybody for doing this.
Board members come.
No, I'm so slow.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm now going to ask Mr. Linville to come up, and he's going to introduce our spelling bee contest.
This year's runner-up in the spelling bee was Brody Pinson. He's not here tonight. 8th grader at Duval. He did not get to go compete in the regional because he was also on the school's robotic team, and they had a conflict there. I say that, mention Brody. Brody was a past champion, 2 or 3 times, I think, in the running. Very, very good. But this year we had a little surprise. Somebody else decided to study a little harder and come up, and this year's county spelling bee is Sammy Carroll. He's an 8th grader at Hamlin. Not only did he win the county championship, he also represented us well at the regional spelling bee, I believe advancing through 6 rounds, is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
So we're very proud of that and the success that he has, and I know you had to do a lot of studying because you get that book about that thick for all them words, right? Congratulations.
Sorry, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
I'd just like to thank all of you for coming out tonight. I know as parents and grandparents and friends, you're proud of the accomplishments that your child or someone in your neighborhood or whoever might have done. We're certainly proud of all of you. As I've said many, many times up here, what you all do reflects on all of us. It reflects on us, not just us here at the board office, but also as Lincoln Countyans. And, you know, when you're out there doing these things, you're showing things that all of us can be proud of. So I know you've done a lot of hard work. The spelling bee thing would be way over my head. The first round did, so you go have a seat. But and all these other activities you're involved in, I know it takes a lot of work, and you do activities, and sometimes you sacrifice other things that maybe some of your friends are doing to do some of these things. But I would just say to you, in the long run, that's going to be worth it to you, because you're going to gather things and learn things that are going to be beneficial to you in your future. That's what you're really working towards here. And we just like to thank you for being a small part of that. Thank you.
Okay, well, there's no better way to celebrate any achievement by eating. So the next step is we're gonna, out in the hallway, you may have noticed when you came in, we have a, Brenda, what is on the menu?
Well, we have a sandwich, chicken salad and ham. We have cheese dip and vegetables. That's our healthy. We have cake.
That's it.
Yeah, healthy cake.
So please, please join us.
There's plenty there.
And again, congratulations, students. Very proud of you.
We have places to sit
Over
in the adjoining rooms across